What's up, Laker fans? Welcome to today's film session on great win last night, especially on the defensive end. We're going to really zero in on an organized defensive plan where I woke up yesterday going, man, who the heck is going to guard Anthony Edwards tonight? And I thought we got some of our answer on the very first play. So the Lakers switched a lot last night with the focus on getting AD on Anthony Edwards. Saw that this is the very first play of the game. AD being a harasser. That's such a tough shot, having to take that off of a couple of pump fakes, right? I thought Ant might turn the corner here, but didn't. He sidestepped it. AD closes out, right? See, that's annoying. That's annoying to shoot over. So Ant's got to kind of pump fake, lean forward on the three. Tough shot. So that's sort of the game plan, right? Is AD's the only guy who can athletically hang with Ant. But if you're going to pressure Ant on the perimeter, he's a monster. There's nobody in the world who can kind of get up into his jersey, especially a big, and then not get beat off of the dribble fairly regularly. And so it then becomes a matter of which direction do you get beat off the dribble and where's your help coming from? And I thought the Lakers had a good plan for what that looks like. Here we see Max slide on over and take away the driving lane, right? Now, the kick out to Ingles is here. Ant doesn't make the pass, and if he did, may very well be an open three here. But one thing I like about this is that one of Max's strengths is he can close distance pretty well, and he closes out with really high hands. So he can get from here to that three and make it a decently contested look. And so it shuts down the main problem, which is, hey, Anthony Edwards is driving to the basket, and that's a problem, while giving up, like, it's a good look if he passes that on to Ingles, but it's certainly way better than the alternative. So let's see how that transpires. Ant actually pulls it back. Semi-decent contest. Good box in, good rebounding. All right, AD closes out hard here, leaves his feet. Austin in place, taking away the driving lane. A lot of times just about being in the correct spot as a help defender. So Ant resets and drives baseline, fumbles, good low man rotation. Rui was fantastic all night, gets a strip, Laker ball. All right, now we got AD on the perimeter. Again, switched on to Ant. Now, you'll see him giving up that top foot, which is basically a way of saying to Ant, I want you to drive that way. And Ant obliges, but you've got Austin stepping up to meet him right around that spot. So can Ant hit this shot? Absolutely. But a 12-foot pull-up is way better than some of the alternatives with him. Let's see, what do we have here? All right, this isn't AD, but it's Rui instead. This allows Rui to pressure the ball, be attacking and active with his hands. Ant's going to beat him off the dribble, but he's got help in the paint. Ideally, you don't want two guys helping like both Gabe and Austin are, but it's better that than no guys helping. And it just once again illustrates sort of that if you're going to pressure, you know you're going to get beat, got to have a second layer of defense to help protect the rim. So Ant still gets a good look on a step through. Austin gets vertical, doesn't bother it a ton, but good rebound by AD. So Lakers get a little lucky there, but that's sort of the idea behind it. All right, another way of putting pressure on the perimeter on Ant was with two guys, right? Sort of a hedge and recover. AD's going to jab at the ball out here, get Ant to pick up his dribble early. Has to kick that over to the other station. Nothing doing. They have to reset. Ball's at half court. They've wasted a few seconds. That's a success on those hedge and recovers. Again, here, got Max. And we did this a lot with Max and AD, which I like because it's two high hands guys, right? Whenever you trap, you want to have high hands, make the passes kind of difficult, make them pick up their dribble early. DiVincenzo ends up taking a step back three, but not a super easy shot. And then really nice rebound by AD. This is the difficulty. Let's rewind to that play. This is the difficulty of like covering distance, right? AD's 32-ish feet away from the rim right here, and he's got to get back to get under Gobert and contest him for a rebound. Look where Gobert is by the time AD leaves, right? He's basically under the free throw line. So he's going to have inside position no matter what, but AD does a great job of reaching across his body to get that board. This is what it looks like when AD doesn't get there in time. Those are sort of the weakness of the hedge and recovers. All right, so whenever you play this, like here we've got Ant being guarded by D'Lo. Not ideal, right? So there needs to be a second layer of defense. And whenever there is that, we've got another set of eyes on the ball handler, you're going to be susceptible to being back cut. So that's what happens to Gabe here. That's also exacerbated by, that's DiVincenzo, who's a high-volume three-point shooter. You don't want to leave him with too much space. So how do you react off of that? It's that low-man rotation. You see AD lurking on the weak side, and just one of the best to ever do it on this particular play, just swallows up DiVincenzo. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys this. Focus our attention on LeBron now. AD goes up for it. As soon as LeBron sees it's transitioning like, hey, we're going to have the ball now, LeBron is in the middle of the court, but doesn't run up the court, up the middle of the court. Watch what he does as soon as he realizes, oh, we've got the ball. He gets wide. He runs to the sideline immediately. And that's what actually provides the proper spacing for the fast break. And now we have a 2-on-1. Good stuff, AD. All right. On this one, Austin just gets his head turned, so it's not quite the same thing. AD didn't need that same level of help on the ball. It's going to happen. You also have LeBron getting sealed underneath by Gobert, which makes this a really great low-man rotation by LeBron. You have to, in order to not get dunked on by Anthony Edwards, you have to meet him kind of his feet like right near his takeoff point. So see how Ant is taking off right here? LeBron's feet are right there. If LeBron's like a step back from this, that's how you get dunked on by Anthony Edwards. But instead, look, meets him with physicality midair, chest to chest, good defense. Now, ideally, you get this deflection right here. AD doesn't get it. That's all right, though. Lakers have sealed off the paint. Turns into a semi-contested Julius 3. We'll take that way better than Ant around the rim. And then, oh yeah, let's turn our attention on the shot to D'Lo defending a corner crash against Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now, this is an athletic disadvantage, and you see D'Lo is totally turned toward him, which is what he's going to need to do to fight him off. But this is a box-in. I call these box-ins. I don't know if other coaches call them this, but we all know that idea of boxing out. But sometimes a guy's going to get an advantage in going toward the basket, so he gets that inside edge on D'Lo right here. And again, he's got that athletic advantage. But D'Lo does something very smart. It's like, use the momentum of your opponent against them and then just walk him under. So now it's sort of like, I'm going to pin you underneath, and that allows, and a lot of times those three-pointers are going to bounce out farther than to that point. That allows AD to swoop in and get that rebound. So, sorry, you'll watch this with a couple of pauses, but there's the box in. And let's go. All right, what do we have here? And then just AD being a monster in general. He's both defending the perimeter and, incredible low-man rotations. All right, what do we have coming up next? Let's go. Oh, yes, the other end of the switch. All right, so yeah, if you've got AD out on the perimeter and you're switching more in general, you're going to have these. They've got a big guy on our smaller guy. What do we do off of that? Same idea. You got to have a plan of attack. And a lot of times they tried to post us up on the elbow, and you'll see Austin kind of fighting for his life right here, fighting for position with Julius backing him down. And the idea is to not give up middle here. You've got help to the baseline, and that's supposed to be Rui. Now, Rui makes a mistake in he lets him split the double team that's coming right here. Good pivot by Julius right there to get through that. However, the idea is sound, and then dumps it off to Gobert. AD goes for it and misses, but Rui does a great job of making up for it and helping the helper again. Let's watch Rui's, right? He splits him. First thing that happens to happen, get down to the level of the ball. And then he sees that AD's got the other side of the rim taken away, and it's not really an angle for Gobert to go up at the middle of the rim, right? He knows it's going to be the window is on the left side of the rim. So really good stuff from Rui right there to get the block. All right. Same type of thing, right? Get Naz Reid matched up with Gabe. Gabe is not going to let him get middle. Knows he's got AD help to the baseline. And just makes life a little easier on the Lakers. Whips it out of bounds. Then I loved our closeouts. Much better. Here's a nice closeout by LeBron. Forces a travel. Our closeouts were just a lot better than they were oftentimes last year. You got AD chasing off to the three-point line and just forcing harder shots, right? This could have been nice, whips it over to McDaniels. That could be an open catch and shoot three, but instead it's a sidestep three with a hand up. Then Rui loses this battle to Gobert. That's going to happen on the physical mismatches. That's why the sandwich rebounding is so important. Smart foul by Max there, though. Then on this play, D'Lo sunk into the paint a little too far, but he helps clean up his mistake, and that closes out hard at the three-point line and gets to there. It's the difference between a catch-and-shoot three and then a harder three. All right, so that's the nuts and bolts of really what the Lakers were looking to do defensively last night. A really impressive performance. If you'd like to support the work I do, you can do so on Patreon or buy me a coffee. Liking and subscribing really helps the channel with the algorithm and all that, and I will catch you guys next time.